Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Wrestleslam, the podcast brought to you by Manscaped.com and the McCool Casino Cork City, proudly behind us here at Wrestleslam in association with Sports Matters TV. Matt was going to join us, guys. There just was a few technical difficulties. He's in his hotel in America right now, and he was on with us, but unfortunately there was a few glitches, so we decided just to, I suppose, go on without Matt. Unfortunately, I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Regular, Phil Conley, the man that's been, the heartbeat of Wrestleslam for so many years. We're joined by the one and only Tommy J, the legend himself, fresh after RCW at the PAV. He really enjoyed that. And also Eric Bischoff as well. So we're honored to have Tommy on with us at the moment. So guys, there's lots to talk about. I want to talk John Cena. And obviously, look, John Cena's putting up all these mad little notes on Instagram. He's putting up random pictures of anyone and anywho. But Phil, what does this mean for John Cena? Is he done? Is he going to come back? Or is it just one of these things where he's playing the game?
John Cena is the kind of guy who will have to have a proper retirement. So he's obviously just taking his time out. The minute the Hollywood strike ended, he was gone, basically, which makes sense because we were just talking there earlier about he hasn't won a match in 2 years on pay-per-view, if not longer. Yeah. So he's really, really kind of, he gives back when he can, which is great. He does lose when he, like, people always on about him how he's selfish and he was this and to growing up, but like realistically there was no stars at the time that could have took it to the next level.
Absolutely,
yeah, that's
I agree. And Tommy, it's probably fair to say, look, given that strike and that break, he had a lot of offers on the table. Obviously, he's still in negotiations when that was happening to star films and stuff. Yeah. So it's probably fair to say, like, his list of movies forthcoming will be a big list there.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose he wants to avoid injuries too. Didn't that happen to The Rock? Well, he injured himself, so he didn't come back the next time, I think.
Yeah.
So I think he's all set for a movie career for a while anyway. I hope it works out for him. Yeah, Phil's right. Like, there hasn't been any other stars at the time, and I think a lot of it's to do with the way they were developing stars. But it's much better now. We have way more stars now. So the company's not going to do too bad without him, you know.
Of course.
It would be great to see him continue wrestling here and there, and maybe just do the Undertaker route and keep coming back every year and just seeing how long you can last, you know.
I think he's going to be at WrestleMania 40 for sure. There's no way around that. So he'll do something. I don't know what, but something.
Yeah.
And he clearly loves the business because obviously we were lucky enough to see him at Money in the Bank in the UK, and obviously, look, he's always around and probably the biggest merch seller of all time. But like he owes the company, not really, does he? Because like he's done so much, you know. He's worked hard. He's been on the road pretty much 365 days of the year, you know, from the start all the way up to a couple of years ago. But like, you know, he's we spoke about, like, obviously they're saying, like, you know, he should be the one to match Flair at 16 world titles, and then there's that debate them with Randy Orton. You know what I mean? Why is that such a sacred number, Phil, the number 16 with Flair? It's like they're afraid to have people match it, if you get me. Do you know what I mean?
I like the number, but a lot of Ric Flair's later reigns were absolute tripe. Do you remember that, Tommy? He had it for like a week there one time in '99.
Oh, that was really changing titles all the time, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he won it about 3 times in the space of about 6 months.
Yeah, I'm binge watching Nitro at the moment. I haven't gone to 99 yet, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, so sure didn't Rey Mysterio beat him as well? There was some scandal there. Remember, he beat him. Was it 2000? Remember the ring in the water?
Oh yeah, that's the.
And I think he pinned.
That's the spring party ones there.
Yeah, it was a great match. I think Mysterio pinned him, and there was some screw job or something happened. Remember, the referee got pulled out of the ring or something. I can't remember now what happened, but I just think there's something in the air, isn't there? I think, Tommy, like when you mentioned the 16 world titles, and it's like, who's going to match Flair? Is it going to be Orton? Is it going to be Cena?
Like, what about Triple H? Didn't he win both the world title and the WWE title?
Yeah, I think it's still 14 or something.
14.
I don't think it's that high at all.
All right, okay. I thought it was higher or something for some reason. Look, I think at the end of the day, like, it's great to have these amount of titles, but in the scripted program, like, does it really matter? It's all about your legacy as a performer. Like,
Exactly.
I think I don't think it's going to affect John Cena if he doesn't win as much titles as Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Like, I think with Roman, like, I suppose they try to do something similar. Roman Reigns is the longest reign of the WWE title.
I'll get big start on that because
it might if it's utilized in a story, might be interesting. But
yeah. And what is your thoughts on that? I love when Phil says stuff like that.
Oh no, it's just this bloodline thing has gone beyond. Like, I really need to end.
How did they end it, Phil? What's
well,
the
it should have
theory
ended at SummerSlam where it started with Jey Uso, but like, like now it's just going to be Cody Rhodes. I'm not a fan of it, but Cody Rhodes and Reigns.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it because Cody is a good chaser, but once Cody has the belts, are we going to see nonsensical random matches? Like someone will turn heel, and it's just like
that fair factors there, isn't it?
I've seen it all before. Like, I've seen all this before. Like, remember Daniel Bryan won the world belt at WrestleMania 30, and his next title defense was Kane. It was like Kane wasn't relevant for years.
Yeah, you build up something for years. You have a dominant champion.
It'd be something like if Cody Rhodes wins the belt and he's suddenly fighting someone who's not even in the title picture. Just someone random.
I would think they are definitely ending it on
WrestleMania 40. Yeah. I agree with you. The last one really, and I like LA Knight. That match just was like, this enough's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they weren't 100% on LA Knight as well, because he thought his big push, his big popularity was just a phase. Like, maybe, I think they weren't 100% to commit to it. Maybe his age is a factor too, because he is like 40, LA Knight. But maybe not though. Maybe at this day and age, they just change new, like, they always create new stars anyway, But,
I'm all for LA Knight though moving.
Yeah.
Like, I know Phil is a fan as well, but I know Phil doesn't want Roman to lose the belt anytime soon, which is a debate we always love having, Tommy. But it's I think, I'm glad you mentioned LA Knight, and as you said, like, the whole pop thing, we thought that was maybe going to phase away, but it's still there, still as strong as ever.
Yeah.
And you wonder, is that because, Phil, the Bloodline are in tatters? Like, Judgment Day are kind of at a standstill, like they're still,
I was talking to my brother about this Bloodline stuff, and if Jey Uso passed Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, it's like, Jesus Christ.
It looks like that could happen, though. That's the fucked up
I
thing
know,
about
that's what I'm worried about.
Because his stock has not been good.
No, he's not been good.
Since he's left.
Since he went to Raw, he hasn't been good at all.
Yeah, now he's getting a pop with the entrance.
Jey Uso, is it?
Yeah. They don't know what to do with him, Tommy, and that's the truth. I think they do not know what to do with him.
Could go back to the Roman Reigns against.
Yeah, just the same with Jimmy Uso. I don't know what they're doing with him either. Like, I think he's a bit more of a damaged position though, because he went back to the Bloodline after being screwed by the Bloodline.
And then the whole thing's a mess. The whole thing's a mess, and there's no one there to fix it. Like, you don't have an Austin, you don't have a Rock, you don't have a Cena, you don't have no one that could take him down.
Yeah, it's strange.
I love Cody Rhodes, but he's not a Rock or an Austin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think what they're doing with Cody Rhodes is more similar to Daniel Bryan, no?
Yeah, well, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a good kind of. Yeah.
He's a bigger star than like I actually prefer him to Daniel Bryan. I think I like Cody Rhodes. He's a good performer, and he's great on the mic, and he's great look and fit. Like, I think there's a potential star in him, but like these days and age, you don't know what's going to happen with different people,
Well, War Games now coming up as well. Cody enters where his dad made famous.
I know,
yeah.
He's going to wear the face paint though, and he surely is.
You will. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was next. Like, War Games, obviously, guys, November 25th, and obviously we'll go through the matches in a second. But Cody, obviously, in that match with Jay, Seth Rollins, and Sami against Finn Balor, Dominic, Damian Priest, and J.D. McDonough. It's great, first of all, to see a fellow Irishman, J.D. McDonough, make an impact. But listen, he's been a breath of fresh air with the main WWE roster these last couple of months. I love it.
Was it?
He's working hard, Phil. He's taking a lot
Yeah.
of bumps, but the crowd love him, and I think obviously we've seen him at Crown Jewel. I love him. I love JD. Like I'm the biggest Jordan Devlin fan there is, and yet again, you know what I mean. It's just great to see because I remember we first seen him, Phil, in the NXT UK Centre, and then we were at WrestleMania doing media work, and
That HBK as well. We saw him. Yeah.
he was there. He was there with us in that fucking media room, and you know what I mean. Like JD's the man, but like, man, to be a part of that match, which is probably going to be the main event, unless they announce something else in due course.
I think Roman Reigns is off this show, so
well, there you go. That's your main event. That has to be, you know.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one, but like, what's your thoughts on Judgment Day at this moment in time, Phil and Tommy?
Do you want to go first, Phil?
No, you can. You can go first this time.
Legends first. I like Legends.
I suppose Judgment Day. I'm actually enjoying the storyline, the angle of Damian Priest having the briefcase, and there was might have been some tension with Finn Balor over it. And to know what, I think they could actually utilize this briefcase in the War Games match. Think about this. Imagine if he cashed in on Seth Rollins at War Games in the match. That would be an interesting angle that maybe hasn't been done before, you know?
Yep. It makes sense. I think Tommy's onto something, Phil. I really do. Like, that belt is beautiful. Why not win it? Do you know what I mean?
The only thing I'd love that, but the only thing I can see, I like to pick it. I'm kind of nitpicking at who, but Gunther's going to win the Royal Rumble and fight Seth, I think. At WrestleMania, I really think that's going to be. I think it's a Raw superstar going to win the Royal Rumble first, definitely.
Yeah, and I think Gunther's still the favorite in the bookies, isn't he?
He is currently the favorite, but I again, do they want to take the case off of Priest before WrestleMania as well? That's another thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like,
they have Royal Rumble, and then they have Australia with Elimination Chamber. There's just so many shows.
Well, in our heads right now, it's obviously that Cody and Roman angle, and we all believe in
when they went face to face there about 3 weeks ago, I was like, yeah, that's the match.
Yeah, and we said, like, when Cody came back, he was going to be the one to dethrone Roman and stuff.
Like,
so
in Philadelphia, I used the Rocky storyline. The guys never won the belts. Like, even used the music. Like, they could surely buy the rights. You know what I mean? Show Cody training and Cody building up for that. Don't just do a rematch for a rematch. You know what I mean?
What would the rights cost, you reckon? Look, you both know the movie industry well. If WWE would say,
I know something. They used to be like 12 grand for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I say you get
So this would be buying rights for future and everything. So it would be millions. Well, it wouldn't be millions, but it could be one or a couple of million.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean, Phil. The Rocky comparison with Cody Rhodes.
He's never won the belt, and he's coming back.
Yeah, I actually think it's an interesting theory. Actually, I think they are going to put him back with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I mean, why not cash out on it?
I think so. I think Rock's out. I don't think they're going to do that match.
Well, not now anyway. With the whole fucking Hollywood thing opening up again, things change.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think things change. That's definitely on my to-do list in the next 2 years. Is go to a Royal Rumble. I have to do it. It's one thing left on my list.
It'll be in the UK, to be honest with you, in another year or so.
I hope so. I hope they announce something soon. I have to get to a Royal Rumble. I pray that they announce something close to home soon.
Well, WrestleMania is going to be out of reach now for regular fans with the prices. Like, we've talked about it before, but like regular listeners know Tim used to be on the show, like they can't even go because of the prices.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of men getting divorced and remortgaging houses and not being able to see their kids on the weekends. Sure. Yeah. Right. I'm just going to go through some quick matches that were announced. So Zoe Stark looks to end the Rhea Ripley dominant reign as Women's World Champion. So yet again, live Saturday, November 25th. This will be live at the Macau Casino, Cork City. And we will have fans in attendance for that as well. But WWE War Games Survivor Series. Gunther will clash with The Miz. The Intercontinental belt is on the line. And you wonder, will The Miz drop it? Sorry, you wonder will Gunter drop it to the Miz because the whole Royal Rumble is around the corner. Does he go in the Royal Rumble without a belt? You know, does he get screwed over somehow?
The minute he loses or gets pinned, his aura's gone. No.
Yeah.
I think how long does he have it? Like 600 days or something?
Mm.
It wouldn't make any sense for him to have a loss before he fights for the main belt.
Yeah. Would you lose it to the Miz of all people though as well? I mean,
no, he gives the Miz a great match, but that'll be about it.
Yeah. Well, it's good for the Miz to be in a match like this right now.
Yeah, exactly. Although that could change. Apparently, there was a botch last week, so they're trying to fix things.
So someone comes out and beats the shit out of the Miz. So,
I think there was supposed to be a double pin, and Ricochet got legit injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's why we have Phil on the show, because he has all the insights.
What do you think about Logan Paul becoming champion and possibly being a full-time wrestler now?
Well, he retired from boxing. He said he's going to give it a full-time blast. But did he turn up to the UFC there the other day with the belt around him? I think he's
that's what they want. That's why he's winning it. That's brilliant publicity for free as well. For free as well.
Yeah. I meant to say, guys, quickly that there's a massive rumor. This is legit as fuck that Randy Orton's actually coming.
Oh yeah, I read that yesterday.
So this seems legit, and it's coming from some top sources.
The rumor is he's going to be on the team at Survivor Series.
Yeah, so Fightful Select, normally when they say something that the babyface side is expected to see the return of Randy Orton, who's been out of action for the last year. The current plan is to announce the news before the actual event in order to get any attention away from possible CM Punk return to the show. So what happens there, Phil, if they're going to try and get him into that? Who is it Sammy? Is it Jay? Who gets eliminated?
There's a fight. They're going to have him. Add another man. They might add another man.
So they're going to add maybe Randy, and then maybe who would they add? Rhea? Would they have Rhea in that match?
Sorry, guys.
I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. They will add someone though.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I taking someone out of matches is always iffy, especially if, as we just said, Jey Uso wasn't getting over. Taking him out of a big match, it
is tough.
It kills his momentum.
So you were saying they might push the form. They're
going to do a 5-on-5 instead of 4-on-4.
That's where it should be as well. You might as well max it out,
But who's going to be their partner is what he's asking, and I don't know. Often maybe Drew McIntyre fully goes heel. You know what I mean?
Oh fuck! I don't know though. I think we've seen that segment there, right? With obviously Drew and Rhea talking backstage, and you're like, why are they talking? And then you know what I mean?
I don't fancy Drew McIntyre, and I like Randy Orton and Drew, but I don't want to see that at WrestleMania 40. I don't want that match.
Yeah, both visionaries, right? If you can vision someone right now, lads, who would be the best person to join the Judgment Day right now? In your opinions,
probably Drew McIntyre, really. But even then,
Karrion Kross.
Yeah, he could.
I like Karrion Kross.
He's not doing much anyway, so.
Karrion Kross, yeah, exactly, and he's been off TV for a while as well.
They kind of messed his career up a bit, haven't they? Really, since coming out with a new character and
there's a couple of fellas
push him again.
And Joe Gacy as well. I don't mind him; he's quite good.
Yeah.
Joe Gacy, yeah, actually, he's a good choice too. Actually,
interesting. So we'll know more in due course, guys. But obviously, Survivor Series, we'll do a proper pre-show closer to that date. But it's due and it's going to happen live Saturday night, early Sunday morning.
Let's just do some quick fire news stories.
Yeah, do you want to go? We'll go half.
I have one of the most random stories, and if this is true, Tony Khan is a nutcase.
Let's go for it. This is the best part of the show, Tommy. We love all the random shit.
Yeah, I just get all random stuff. But basically, the rumor is that AEW have signed Eva Marie. I don't know why. This makes no fucking sense. To me, it makes no sense. I think.
Well, I'm not complaining.
Waste of money.
I'm not complaining. I don't think Tommy is either, to be honest.
Sorry, guys.
Tommy's choking up over Eva Marie. He's absolutely starstruck to fuck that she's coming back.
No, it's got a bit of I know I'm sitting up in a bad way in the bed, and I think next time I'll be careful with it.
Yeah, it's reports are circulating. Yeah, so Phil from the Wrestling Observer,
It's
which is
everywhere. Yeah,
legit.
yeah. It's everywhere
She's,
now. It's all over Twitter.
you know what
Do
I
you
can't
watch?
believe? She's 39. I thought she was way younger than that. No, 39 is a young age, by the way. But
So do
Like,
you watch AEW regularly enough, or would you?
I know the ins and outs of it. Like, I can't watch their whole shows anymore.
Oh no, it's just they're very unwatchable in some ways. Like
Very tough.
you know,
yeah,
and
Um,
I seen skits of a guy when I was in hospital. I was watching on ITV, and there was somebody doing like a suplex or a jackhammer move, and they just kept them up in the air as long as possible, sort of the crowd and chant, and it just looked really stupid, you know.
yeah.
Mm.
There's a lot of stupid things like
The only thing I like
especially-
is the devil stuff because I genuinely don't know who it is, and that's intriguing to me.
yeah.
well, a lot of people are saying it's Punk.
Yeah, I'd love if it was. It would be superb. Because like
Well,
whoever it's going to be is going to be disappointment. Whoever it is,
mm.
like,
is it
wouldn't it
a
be
day?
hilarious if it was Tony Khan?
You'd see Tony Hart. You'd see his big bushy head come out though through the thing, would you?
You wouldn't really.
Oh, it's with the guy with the mask, is it?
Yeah, the guy with the mask.
Yeah, it could be Dolph Ziggler.
Well, their deals are all on their 90-day. Like they'd really have to fucking stretch that out for another 3 months.
Or do they?
Yeah, I CM Punk would be the best one. It really.
Yeah,
Right.
surprise. We haven't got rid of him yet at all. Yeah,
I'm
don't
gonna go to something now first, right? I'm gonna go to the Wrestling Junkie, okay? And they reckon it's Adam Cole.
Yeah, there was a theory for a while, but I don't
Yeah.
think they should do it because the two of them got so over. People loved it.
Yeah,
People love them.
yeah. Now people are saying it as well that it could be Roderick Strong, and then other people are saying the internet back choice is Jack Perry.
Yeah, it's not
Uh,
terrible.
Jack Perry
So-
might be good.
The surprise choice is Dolph Ziggler or someone else preparing to make their All Elite Wrestling debut.
The thing is, there's 4 of them involved because there's the mask guy and there was 3 others in kind of black sort of.
Yeah,
Logo.
someone else said that it's the honky talk man. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think look, they're all the ones that were kind of saying. So a lot of people reckon it's Adam Cole, baby.
Hmm.
It would be nice. I think Punk would be cool, all right?
I'd love Tony Khan. People hate him.
Yeah, it's fucking me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't hate Tony Khan. He doesn't come across very well on camera, but
I was going to say he does a lot of stuff, but we can talk about that when another
Really?
wrestling promotion with another wrestling promotion, NWA, doing a dodgy spot recently.
I actually thought it was hilarious. I'm sorry. I loved the smutty parts of wrestling sometimes when they come up, you know.
You want to lead us into it, Tommy, and explain what went down?
Well, I've been watching it, but it kind of got me intrigued into watching the NWA a bit more. But basically, it cut to James Mitchell and a circle of girls and other male wrestlers.
It was a Halloween party, essentially.
Yeah, and father James Mitchell, and he was just him taking coke and like with the key ring and everything, and it was just trashy TV. And I remember watching this, thinking that if I throw on 83 Weeks or Eric Bischoff podcast or the Kevin Nash podcast, but they're gonna have a laugh about this. Eric Bischoff hated it because he hates people who blow opportunities.
Yeah. The only person I saw who liked this was Vince Russo.
Of course he liked it. Trash TV, you know. So
Yeah, Vince Russo, when are you coming onto the podcast, my man? Look, you have these beautiful Irish people right now. We've been asking for you to come on for many, many, many years. So yeah, Vince Russo, we are reaching out. We've had, so many people on over the years, but Russo for us would be one that we will always cherish. So Vince Russo, this is for you, brother. When are you coming on? Yeah, I think that was mad. That was mad. The whole NWA thing.
The whole thing is like, there was another story that came out today about it actually. Did you read? I don't know if you saw this.
I was in the air, so I missed it.
Basically, they're saying that the wrestling CW was not for NWA for a wrestling show. The CW wanted Billy Corgan for a life, for like a reality TV show about his life.
All right.
I'd be for that.
There's a lot of people calling for his head actually to be sacked as well.
Really?
Over
Yeah,
that angle.
it got really bad there last week. There was a lot of people went on it.
Why can't everyone just be happy in this day and age? Why, you know what I mean? Everyone wants someone's head, you know what I mean? It's mad, isn't it?
It's just
Yeah,
the wrestling
they're creating
shows,
something.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
Phil, do you mean like a lot of fans want his head? So,
Fans, and there's also a few media people who want him gone as well.
why,
I wonder
like,
what
it's
I wonder
his
what
own
Dave
show,
Meltzer wants.
Was there?
I wonder what. Sorry, go on.
It's his own show. He can do what he wants, like, you know.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, but like, does he actually? That's a question. Does he own that? I don't. I was trying to figure that out. Does he actually own it?
He did anyway.
Oh,
I don't
interesting.
know if he does.
So you mean he might have dropped the rights or lost the rights? Is it?
Well, there's talk of people trying to out him, like get rid of him. They want him gone.
Yeah, because he's damaging the NWA brand.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, the oldest wrestling promotion in the world is doing coke angles. I can understand. You know, it's a small evil.
But it's got people talking, like, you know what I mean?
You're right. It has got people talking. It's true.
Yeah, and actually, the NWA brand wasn't even that valuable in general. Like they,
Like when you watch it, it's like there's 6 people in the crowd. Like you can't even see people in the audience.
Yeah, I know it's mad. They could, you know what I mean? I'm all for a rebrand. I'm all for someone pumping shitloads of money into NWA because, as you said, is the oldest organization there. It's still a big name. You know what I mean? If you imagine you got some billionaire. Imagine fucking Tony Khan had a rival and he said, "I'm gonna buy NWA and I'm gonna pump it in."
Yeah.
I could see a lot of wrestlers go to NWA if they had lots of money and a good
Eric
TV
Bishop
deal.
brought up that exact comment on his latest 83 weeks.
Yeah.
It would take $100 million to fix NWA.
he thinks there's no value. There was never any value much with it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
even when he was dealing with them in the early 90s with WCW.
And then as well, there's another rumor going around at the moment that he wants to change the design of the belt. That would really lose all their NWA fans.
That would be a sinking ship.
Well, the fans have a special thing for that belt, the 25 pounds of gold.
Yeah.
If that goes, like,
well, I suppose I would have a suggestion is that they would actually, like, I suppose they didn't. It was the big gold belt a replacement of the NWA belt at one point?
Yeah,
but
they
TNA did the same. So they could also just bring a new belt in or something.
Yeah, it's a strange one, but yet again, it remains to be seen what will happen and how much trouble they are in. Anything else we need to get through, lads? I know we've only got about 4 minutes left.
We don't have long left, but there's a big wrestling match that everybody should check out this week. Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay on Impact.
That'll be some match.
Yeah.
Some match.
Again, they're only 6 weeks out from becoming TNA again. So, actually, just one last topic I want to ask you both there. Do you think that they should have just closed for 6 weeks and came back as TNA, or do you think it hinders them waiting so long?
I think they done the right thing, kept it going. I would have got off definitely for a day or two, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I think they have to.
Could they just disappeared like for 2 months and came back as TNA?
You see, the wrestlers are so used to being on the road and fucking doing stuff, I suppose. It's, you know what I mean? Could be a dangerous game too if they done that, because they might lose some wrestlers, you know?
Yeah.
Although they're on the contract, yeah.
Yeah, probably have a deal with the studios and all that, you know?
It's just rebranding is always tricky because, like, you're just going one day and the next day you're a new thing.
Yeah, no, it's a good question actually, Phil. Like, I'm all from going off for a couple of weeks and then coming on in, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's back TNA, and it's all like, you know.
They probably have a lot of expenses paid for already, though, like with maybe TV deals and studio deals long term, but they would lose money by doing that. You know, would I be right in saying that? Do you think?
Yeah, I know you're right. I'd say they have a commitment to show every week.
Yeah.
Does that.
No, it's a good question, and like, they're obviously going to come back with the all-ring and stuff, surely.
They don't want to do the 6-side because it's too dangerous for wrestlers.
It's supposed to be rougher. It's supposed to be a rougher ring as well, isn't it? Like when you land on it.
Just one or two more news stories there before we leave.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, WWE are open to having sponsors on their mat, which is interesting.
Well, I'm hoping to put Sports Matters and Wrestleslam in the front of the WrestleMania ring. So I'm going to ring Tony Khan there, and I'm going to
Some
ring
people always do that.
Vince.
UFC always do it.
Yeah. Well, obviously McDonald's, all these big boys will come in, and I think it's genius.
Oh yeah, Vince McMahon just hated it. He just never liked it.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea. I think that it's. You remember back in the 90s, guys, and the noughties, the early noughties, when we watched as kids, and you would see WWE brought to you by Snickers, and you'd fucking wake up, you'd be half asleep in the couch, like, oh, you'd wake up, like, you know what I mean? And oh shit, it's 1 o'clock, it's time to watch it. I'm all for it. I think it's great business. They'll make millions from that film. They could generate, Jesus Christ, they could make 100 million a year from that alone, like.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a good idea. I'm all for that anyway. It's McDonald's, KFC, Snickers, brought to you by King Turkey Fried Chicken. So, back to them days. Back to them days will be epic. Brought to you by Wrestleslam the podcast.
Just while we have Tommy on there, just one last thing I want to ask you: is MJF WWE bound?
Not necessarily if Tony Khan keeps paying him, but you know what? They're not. I actually wonder if they do much with him at the moment. Like this, is he in much good creative storylines at the moment? He's a baby face now, is he?
Face, and he doesn't like being face, so.
What else? They kind of outstretch him, I suppose, and and I actually think Christian is kind of taking the space as a top heel a bit.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
He's still young, though. MJF is still young. So.
All right. So one last thing I'm going to ask you both: who's the devil, really? Who is the devil?
I think MJF. It could be MJF again.
I think it's CM Punk.
Could be CM Punk too.
I'm going to say Bret the Hitman Hart.
I don't know. He's in bad books with him at the moment.
It's Bret.
With AEW, he's in the bad books.
It's Bret, definitely. No,
it's John Cena.
I'm gonna say Jack Perry.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at that build. I'm looking at the physique, and the physique does match one of CM Punk, definitely. Adam Cole, Jack Perry.
There are very crazy rumors, Britt Baker, but that would be ridiculous.
It wouldn't be good. It won't be good. But I'm not going to go into detail here now because I'll get fucking sued.
No. I know. I just think it would be.
It doesn't look like a female. I would be very observant. But yeah, I don't think it's Britt Baker. It'd be an extra cool devil if it was, you know. But yeah, if it's Britt Baker, then I'd be shocked. But anyway,
I think someone said that she's trying to break them up because Adam Cole is spending too much time with MJF. It's like, come on.
Yeah, who's the free agent at the moment? Who's the hottest free agent that we have not?
No one, because they're all. Ospreay is probably the big one.
Is it Ospreay? I don't think so. He doesn't need to do that. Is it someone from New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Is Dolph Ziggler a free agent yet, or is he?
The end of December, I think.
I don't think he'll be the biggest, I suppose, but
well, you know, they're a pay-per-view calling up the World's End, so
what they could do there is they can have someone doing the devil, and then it's
I know that's exactly.
He's a bit bulkier in December. Oh,
but I was saying that earlier. Like, do you be pushing it out then for another 4 weeks? Which people want to see that stuff for another 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Well, Dolph will get a massive pop, like.
Actually, 4 weeks is not that long away, though, is it? Like,
not in this life. Not in this life.
Oh, here's the thing. Actually, do you think the War Game? Actually, no. It's probably too late to talk about, is it?
No. It's never too late, Tommy. Never too late.
Something actually I did want to talk about War Games. I actually thought the build-up was a bit rushed, and they did the same thing, like where it's a big crowd, the two groups of wrestlers were fighting each other, and Adam Pearce comes out and that's it. We need to have a War Games match. I think it's done before, you know.
Yeah, no, it's WWE. It's just the way they do things.
I think it's also to do with Crown Jewel being kind of crammed next to it, isn't it? They had to promote both events, and
that's the problem.
Yeah,
big problem.
So
if CM Punk doesn't show up at Survivor Series, we will be seeing him.
There's too much going on, yeah.
AEW.
We will indeed. Right, guys, that is the end of our episode here at Wrestleslam, the podcast brought to you by Manscaped.com and the Macau Casino Cork City. We're absolutely honored to have Tommy G on with us for his first ever podcast, I believe. Tommy, will be seeing you a lot more as the weeks go on, my man.
It
There's
is
no doubt.
exactly my first ever podcast ever done. So
Yeah, no, you've done brilliant. We'll have to make sure now that you have, I suppose, a guest slot every couple of weeks. You know, I know you like it, so it'll be good to have you on every couple of weeks. And yet again, guys, Matt Murphy is in America. Technical issues. He did try to come on. We actually recorded the first 5 minutes, but there was technical issues. So anyone that's wondering where Matt is, he's all good. He's in America, and he's there for a couple of weeks. So he shall be back in due course. But yet again, thank you for tuning our way. The show will go out Tuesday, guys. It will be out in the evening time. And we'll have a couple of interviews in the coming weeks and days. So just stay tuned and do check out our current interviews from RCW at the PAV. They are up. They're doing good views as we speak. We haven't really pushed them, but they're there and people are finding them. And we appreciate that. That's loyal fans and followers. So thank you very much. But guys, we will catch you soon. From myself, Jerry Collin, from the one and only Phil Conley, and from the one and only Tommy J. We will catch you soon, guys, and stay tuned to Wrestleslam the podcast.
thanks, guys.